To the channel for another breakdown. We're going back to the old days, the OG times from last year, a little bit of this year as well. We're going to be breaking down the gameplay, going through it, kind of breaking down my thoughts, all that good stuff. And we have attack maps as well, so we can kind of go through both. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the breakdown. What we're going to do is we're just going to see kind of what we did well here, what we could have done better, and all that good stuff. So right now we are actually using a submachine gun in this game. I just felt like it on stream. I was like, right, I really want to start off with a sub here. I know I'm playing sub base, and obviously this isn't a sub map, right? So you want to be using an AR most of the time, but let me show you how I played it with a sub. We go through, and when you're using a submachine gun, one big thing you want to focus on is you don't want to be in a scenario where you're having those long range gunfights. So you always want to start off with those close combat gunfights and use your advantage. So we go across here, you see we take out the first guy, well, we make him weak. But the first thing I want you to pay attention to is a kill feed, okay? And somebody actually left me a comment saying, how can I use a kill feed? It's something I'm struggling with. So I'm going to try and focus on that today as well. Right now we have 2 people down, so what that means is this current push, they have 4 people, we have 2, so I have to start by evening up the odds. There's no point me rushing out here and jumping on the hill, because all I'm going to do is best case scenario get a kill, but if I die we're back to square one. So I'm going to take my time here, I'm going to jump across. You see we go through, we get a really good first kill. So all I'm doing now is evening the odds. We go across and I try to get aggressive and get the second. Now that gunfight, I think if we can really back away, I think I could have played a lot better. I'm going to be very self-critical here because I want to make sure I'm like the best version of myself. And right now you can see I'm a little bit weak. We go across. There's just no need for me to slide here. I think while he's pre-aiming me, I either wait till I'm full health or just do something else, because now I'm sliding. You can see as I cancel my slide, he's already shooting me. So I think looking back, one thing I could have done really effectively here is I could have done the short jump. So once I kill this player here, what I should have done is take my time, regen, and then what I could have done is stood on this wall as I'm jumping, shoot, because I know exactly where he's going to be, but I slid out too far and I ended up getting killed. So again, just a small detail there, but it does go a long way. We go across, my teammate dies, and this is where it gets a bit strange, because if we take a look to the right monitor here, when I say right monitor, I'm referring to attack maps. I don't know why I spawned there. If I'm honest, I don't know why I spawned there. I don't know if they messed up and they pushed someone out, but let's just leave them as a red team, right? If they have like a normal setup like this, like anything like this, there is no reason why I should be spawning behind them like I did. So I can't really help you guys in terms of why I spawned there, if I'm honest with you. I don't know what they did. I think they must have pushed someone up a bit far. I think that's the only explanation I have. It's a really strange one. But right now, let's just assume my rest of my team is spawning here, okay? I basically need to play my life well, because if we look at P1 spawns generally, these are the P1 spawns. We have P1 spawn here, and we have P1 spawn here, okay? What's happening is right now on P1 we have 35 seconds left, but when this goes towards P2, these are P2 spawns, okay, here and here. So it's very similar. So what I need to do now is I need to flip the spawns. I want to make sure that for P2 we get the spawns back here. That's kind of my key goal, because look how close P2 is to these spawns. So our goal is to get these spawns because it's just a lot more valuable. So I'm trying to get the kills and also try to get the spawns. Let's see kind of how it plays out. So we go across there. You see I'm by myself going through. My teammates end up dying now. So again, I'm by myself. My teammates push through. So what this tells me is the fact that he turned around. I think his teammate might have pushed out a bit far, and he's ended up kind of backing away to hold the spawns. We get one, and now we're fighting from the good side. So although we're fighting from the good side, we don't have map control. So I'm going to go through to the left. As I'm jumping, you can see the way I'm challenging the gunfights. I'm always kind of ready for that challenge. We go across and he's ready for me. So good shots from me, but again, he's just ready for the gunfight. So I have to be a little bit better with those challenges. We turn around and we now spawn on the other side of the map. So again, if we look forward, we can say that that was really just not what we wanted. We tried to break through. My teammates ended up spawning with me. So we actually had the P2 spawns. And what we wanted to do is we wanted to get a wave of kills, the first wave of kills, and then push up the map. What we wanted to do ideally is literally push up the map here, so we have like, you know, pushed up setup and let them spawn here. So that was kind of what we wanted to happen, but it doesn't work out like that. As you can see, we go through and we end up having the bad side. Now, when I was on stream, I spoke about this specific kind of scenario. This is awful for us, okay? Because we're 2v4 right now, what you really, really don't want to happen is you don't want to push through tunnel like we're doing now. Because any good team, let's just make us blue again to make it easier. Right now, the red team are kind of set up and the blue team just died. So my teammates are going to spawn behind me, okay? I'm going to be number one just to make it very easy. My teammate's going in front of me. Right now, the problem with our setup is if they have anybody watching tunnel, we are both going to die and we're in a really bad spot. So I'm kind of going here. I'm really just hoping for the best here. 15 seconds left for 2v4. And if I can get through, it will be helpful. But again, it's just one of those where I don't recommend doing what I did, but it works out okay. You see, I'm playing very cautious. We go through. My teammate's going through the right. So now I know he's on the hill. I'm going to jump across. And what happens? They know where I am. 1v2. I don't think we could have got a worse P1. Honestly, that was probably the worst P1 we could have got. Everything went wrong. Everything was terrible. My teammate goes through. We spawn out again. Really, really bad stuff. Let's see what we can do here to break the P2. So my teammate goes through and gets one. I get the second. So in this scenario, what's happening is we're in a scenario where we're going for P2 here, okay? Again, I'm going to really break it down. The spawns are very simple in terms of where they are. That's one spawn. This is one spawn. So let's keep it very simple. Right now, I know that the red team, they just had 2 people dead. So they have 2 people spawning around here. So my job right now is if I can cut through and I can keep these 2 distracted, okay? They are going to probably have one on the hill and then only one player pushed out. My teammates are all going through the left. So in this scenario, I'm just hoping that my teammates can go through. They can bully the hill, win their 3v2, and I'll hopefully cut the reinforcements and get a 2-piece here. That's my goal. My goal here is to mix it up and cut the reinforcements. Again, let's see kind of how that plays out and if it works out. So we go across there. My teammate takes out one. You see, we're trying to sneak across there. I'm trying to jump. Doesn't really work out. We spot one. And that was just bad movement from me. Just trying to jump that didn't really make sense. We're going across. And I'm really trying to play my life here. The player in the hill is going to die because he's pinched, but I know the reinforcements on the right. There you go. That's perfect. Now I got the reinforcements. Let's jump in the hill. And that was just really good centering. In this moment, okay, I want you guys to help me out here. Where do you think everyone's coming from? Everyone on the map is dead besides me. 7 people are dead on the map. I don't know where they are, so I'm going to pause for a second. My teammate spawns behind me. The second I see my teammate spawn behind me, I now know they're going to be coming, where? From P5, okay? So we're going to push through. I'm going to hold this angle. Now, in this scenario, all I was thinking was I should have let go of the hill. I should have let my teammate behind me bump the hill, and I should have pushed forward to leave the map pressure towards them. I took too long here. You can see I go through, end up dying. So looking back in that scenario, what most people do, and it was what I did as well, is once I got these kills, my teammate spawned behind me. What I should have done straight away is as soon as I see my teammate behind me, I should have let go of the hill, push forward to get more map control, because the next wave of kills are so important. But instead I sat here, I soaked about 3 seconds, ended up dying. What I should have done is get off the hill. Even if I would have been off the hill for 5 seconds, me getting more kills around kind of mid-map and the right side would have been a lot more valuable. And that's how you can get more map pressure in hardpoint. So right there, I'm definitely going to take that one on the chin and say that's a mistake from me. I end up opening up with a 2-piece, but then I made a really bad play. Now let's go forward and see how we can take kind of the rest of the game here. So my teammates end up spawning on the new hill here. This is really interesting. This, if you can get anything from this video, it's probably this segment here. With my teammates now spawning out, so my teammates of the blue team, they're now spawning there. There's about 20 seconds left of this hill. I'm at a scenario where I actually want my team to spawn out now. And this is where a lot of people get confused. Right now, until P3 activates, okay, while we're still on P2, the spawn points are going to stay like this, okay? So I actually want the red team to spawn as far away as possible. Yes, they may be getting the scrap time of P2, right? But if you think about it, they now have to travel all the way there for P3. So towards the end of P2, we actually want them to hold this time. So not really the time, we want them to hold the spawns. So I don't mind getting the scrap time here. You see we get one. As soon as I kill him, you see we're gonna back away here. Now, even though I died there, the kill I just got is quite valuable because that player now is going to spawn all the way at the back. The problem I'm having now is what my teammates are doing. And this, in my opinion, is one of the worst things you can do. And I'm really trying to help people kind of understand this concept. In this scenario, we're now going towards P3, okay? There's 10 seconds left. We know they are spawning around here. They obviously have some people middle map, whatever. But the point is they're spawning around the left side of the map. So they're probably going to have something like this. They're going to have some people pushed up middle, some through left, some through right. What we need to do, we need to get a certain amount of map control where we are essentially keeping them trapped, okay? Because every kill we get now, for the rest of this 10 seconds, they will spawn back here. So these kills are very important because even if they kill me, where do we spawn? We spawn right here. So every kill we get is going to benefit us. So what we should be doing is we should have 3 people pushed out to certain angles, holding good angles and getting the kills because every kill we get will be so valuable. But instead, if we go back to the screen, what you're seeing is my teammate. he's actually retreating. And this is a big problem with map control. This is a diamond lobby after the new season. So this is full of crimsons, iridescents, diamonds, and there's still people doing the same basic mistake. Well, there's actually a few platinums, so they could be any rank. But this player right here, I don't mean to call him out, but I really don't like this play. Some people might like it, but me personally, I feel like you're giving up map control for free. He's literally retreating, and he's allowing so much pressure. We will keep those spawns. If we push up a little bit, we'll still keep those spawns. It's not a big deal. We don't have to sit at the very back of the map there. That should be our second wave. That should be like our reinforcements. So now I'm going to push through. I'm trying to cut the lanes. All I'm trying to do is get a kill in this scenario. But if you look at the minimap here, the biggest problem I have is I'm the only one pushed out. I'm literally the only one pushed out here. So I'm sitting here in a corner, but my whole team is backed away. And now the problem is I'm by myself. So if I die, if they push together, I'm probably going to die here. So again, I think I'm doing a good play, but I have to play it even smarter because my team's not with me. I have one player behind me. He's kind of pushed out. He's doing his job well. So we go through. And again, right now, this player, I don't need to engage in this gunfight. Just me keeping this player trapped here is perfect. So what am I going to do? Chuck a stun, back away, and watch the far right. And I think this is a perfect play. So I'm going to back away, kind of back up slowly and show you what I mean. So right now we're in a scenario where my teammates are really not getting map control. So I'm trying my best to keep that map control. We have the new hill. We're down by about 60 points here. So we're about okay, I can't speak English. Let me start that again. I couldn't speak English there. Sorry about that. Okay, so right now, 5 seconds left of P2. We're going towards P3 here. My teammates need to be pushing up with me to get some map control. But right now, we're in a scenario where no one's really getting map control besides myself. I have one teammate pushed out slightly. But this is where you have to be really smart, okay? Because my life here is more valuable than if I was playing at the back. Every single kill I get now is going to be so valuable because it's keeping them off the hill and just pushing them back. So right now, this opponent in front of me, I have two decisions here. One is to kind of side cancel and go for the kill. Or two is just to back away and distract him. The reason I'm going for the second is this, because right now me stunning that player, although I could go for the kill there, right, I have stopped him from pushing. That player to get in the hill is going to take him what, maybe 20 seconds now. So me stunning him is doing everything, okay? Even though my stun didn't hit him, just distracting him is doing everything. While that is going on, I'm going to check the far right because I know they're spawning P2. We end up killing the other player. So not only did I kill the first player, sorry, not only did I slow down the first player, I've also killed down the second. Now I'm going to go through and try to cut him through a different angle. He ends up killing me eventually. Now I think I could have played my life a bit better there, but the concept still stays the same. Just in those scenarios, you want to be pushing up, really getting effective and making sure you're making the most out of your life, getting kills and getting map control. Now we're going to go through. My teammate ends up dying there, and you can see the problem now. I spawn out. Why? Because they have so much pressure on us. We have no pressure on the map. I was the only player pushed out. So now every single time my teammate gets into a gunfight, it's going to be in the spawn. They do a really good job getting two. I end up pushing through. I take out the third. Looking at the minimap now, we can see the fourth. So what am I going to do? I'm going to be prepared for the gunfight, and we absolutely zap him there. So really good stuff with the sub. And now I know, okay, they're kind of spawning around there. So we're going to go through. My teammates spawn at the back. 20 seconds left here. Again, we need to flip the spawns. Straight away, I'm going towards P4. Hopefully, my teammates can get the rest of the scrap time. I spot one behind them. I'm going to help them out. And all I'm doing right now is pushing through. If we look at the kill feed, we look at the mini-map, it's pretty obvious they're going to spawn on the new hill. They're going to spawn on my right, okay? So we're going to go through. Let's see what we can do. Just for reference, once again, what are the spawn points on P3? If you guys are stuck with spawn points, by the way, I want you to just think, when you're playing, where do you likely spawn? So the spawn points for P3 is around here, or even sometimes around here. So kind of around this area for one side, and for the other side, it's literally back here. Those are the two main spawn points. So right now, I know the red team's spawning there. I'm the blue player, so I'm number one. I'm literally going through the left here, and what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get at the back. Because for P4, the spawn points are actually insane. This is literally a spawn point for P4. Now, if we looked at the map, okay, and you telling me this is a spawn point, are you telling me you wouldn't want this for P4? You're literally spawning on the hill. Then the other spawn point is around, like, back here. So it's kind of crazy how far they are. So you really want to be prioritizing these spawns for P4, and it can also chain onto P5. But what you don't want to do is, again, what a lot of people do, they sit at the very back. They have no map pressure. They're holding it from deep angles. What ends up happening then is when you're kind of funneled in, you may get some time, but you're letting the red team push out. So they can keep you off the hill, and they have priority for P5. So you have to be very, very careful the way you play P4. You actually want to still keep map control. But let's go back to the breakdown and see what we can do here. So now we're in a scenario where I'm like, okay, I'm pushing through the back. I'm by myself, my teammates aren't with me, but I can spot one. Let's just try sneaking through. Again, not worried about the hill right now. It's all about map control, all about the bigger picture. In this case, the bigger picture is the spawns. So we're going across, we see one, we're going to slide across. I'm just trying to use my movement, my aggression as a sub, and that guy just completely left me. So we take out one, go through. Shouldn't have challenged it when I was so weak there. Should have played that a bit smarter, but we spawn a bit closer, going across here, we're trying to pinch the hill. I didn't expect him to be behind me. This was a weird spawn, but really good reaction. Absolutely fry that guy. And you can see though, they don't have a lot of map control. My teammates are with me. That is 3 down, and that is perfect. As we go across right now, I'm expecting my team to hold the pinch. So what am I going to do? I'm going to get mid-map control. I'm expecting them to spawn where? On my left, just like we spoke about earlier. There's one. Going to hold the angle now. Just going to wait for them to push me. 3 go down. So right now I'm thinking, okay, if 3 go down, no one's pushing me. They're probably pushing through tunnel or P5. So it's all about just thinking of different angles, different scenarios. So now we're going across, going towards P5. My teammate's with me. I'm trying to break the hill here, and he ends up coming behind me. So that's one of those kind of bad timings. Maybe if I waited another few seconds, but I mean, fair play. Obviously that happens in the game. We spawn up very, very close to P5. Let's see how this one goes. Whole game we've been down. Whole game we've been in a deficit, but let's see when it kind of turns around. So right now, this is perfect. In this P5, all we want right now, this is so important. For the next 3 hard points, we as the blue team, we want to hold this left side of the map. We want the red team to be spawning here for the next 3 hard points. If they can spawn here for P1, for this P5 now, the next P1 and the P2 for the next 3 hard points, we can get back into the game. So what we're trying to do is we want the red team, ideally, to just keep spawning here, keep on being impatient and just running through the choke points. That's what we want. So my goal right now is to set up as a team a kind of line where we have map control. We have everything kind of covered, something like that. It doesn't have to be perfect like that. It could be anything. It could be, you know, 2 here. It could be 1 on the hill, 1 watching over, 1 sitting here, wherever it is. But the point is, the red team needs to take a route right now. Every time they get impatient and go through and die, it's just wasting more and more time. So let's go back and see how we can kind of keep them trapped there, because we are down by quite a bit. Let's see what we do. 40 seconds left. My teammate's doing a great job, so I'm just going to sit in the hill. They have to push me here. This is where I get a little bit impatient and something I need to work on myself. Especially this game when my teammates weren't slaying and I was being like the main slayer. I was getting a bit impatient. And this death right here is just a perfect example of being patient. So I'm getting some good shots off. I don't need to kill that player. I just need to scare them, right? But right now, I'm weak. This is just so stupid for me. I don't need to jump here. Just don't jump. Just stand there. And what I do, I jump. Okay, I've done it once and I do it again. And he just pre-fires me. And those deaths are so annoying because that could have been so, like, that could have been avoided so easily. I just didn't need to do anything there. Just hold the angle, shoulder it and stuff like that. And now what? I spawn out. As soon as I spawn out, I'm like, okay, shit, this isn't where I want to be. I need to immediately rotate here. I cannot be trapped here. So we're going through again. They could be anywhere. They got the good spawn. I'm just trying to find them. There's one. Although the game's even now, if I'm looking at this as a neutral, I think they have the advantage. Because if they hold this setup for the next 2 hills, they're going to get a lot of time. Really good reaction there. We take out one. Again, just playing my life there. I missed a lot of shots, but for me, the key factor, playing my life. I don't care about anything else. Playing my life is very important. 50 seconds left. My teammates are pinching. There's another one up top. We try to go for it, get caught out. And the spawn seems to be all over the place right now. It looks like we're still spawning out, but we have gaps here. They have a lot of gaps in their setup, so I'm trying to go through, and just like that, my whole team dies. So now if we look back on the other monitor, what we can see is I wanted this as a blue team. But now, reality is that it's actually flipped. We are actually the red team in this scenario. I'm literally trapped here, and they literally have 2 people watching over me. So what I wanted is the exact opposite of what we get, and let's see how we can kind of break out of this scenario. So right now, my whole team is spawning back here. Their whole team is set up. They've got the hill, so they've probably got someone around there. They've probably got someone like watching over, and they've got another player around middle. So in this scenario, all I'm trying to do is get a kill. If I can get 1 kill and open up a gap, my team can break through. And again, that's what it's about, making sure you have some gaps. So there's one, there's 2 people fighting me. Even me playing my life here is distracting 2 people. That's pretty good. That's more than enough because my team then are in a 3v2. It's all about the numbers. So if you could be a good player and kind of just distract your opponent, you're in a good spot. This guy gets aggressive. We end up taking him out. I shouldn't have slid out fully. But even that kill, I think is so valuable because now my teammate gets 1. They're now in a 2 versus 2. And the reason why you prefer the 2 versus 2 right now is because of the amount of lanes open. You would rather a 2 versus 2 than a 4 versus 4 when you are trying to approach the hill. Why? Because now look how many gaps there are. Now I can push through. They have people all over the place, but we have space here. You see how we're going through? We're trying to break P2. Really good shots. We make him 1 shot, and now they can't keep track of us. They have no idea where we are. We go across, and this is perfect. This is perfect. Now we go through. Now we go across. We're going to break the hill with my teammate. We take out 1, go across, and we actually have spawns now. So not only do we somehow break the hill, we also have spawns for P2. This was a complete mess from the opponent's POV. I'm going across. I know where they're spawning because that's where we were. And this is where, once again, I'm trying to improve. I'm trying to improve in my decision making. Right now, I didn't know he saw me. I get over aggressive. He takes me out. That's 3 down. And what I'm doing is playing a very high risk, high reward playstyle. And if I could look at scenarios like this, where I could really improve my game, it's times like this. Sometimes right now, I think I just got to play smarter. Maybe going through middle isn't the best decision here. Maybe going through the right, taking a route, holding my angles. Because right now, everything looks really good. But as soon as my teammate dies, I should identify that, okay, they have a lot of pressure going through. Now, if I die, this is not good. 2 go down. And this is where I need to make those decisions to back away and just play my life. But me going through, me dying as well, 3 go down, we end up losing the spawns. And it's just little things like this that separate good from great players, and I'm trying to get better at that. Sometimes I do it well, sometimes not as well. And you're seeing right now, we're on the back foot. They have a really good break there, we're going through. But again, they don't apply the pressure. Their pressure just wasn't great. If they had better pressure, I'm sure they win this map a lot easier. Well, I think we win this actually. But yeah, we go through again, we break it, we take out 1, we slide across, we take out the 2nd. Just really good teamwork there to break the hill. I know they're going to be at the back, so what do? I'm instantly rotating. I don't need to worry about P2 right now. Let's take it back to the right monitor. You guys are probably annoyed at that. But at this point, P2 going to P3, what do we want? Just like we spoke about. For P1, 2, and 5, we wanted to spawn here. For P3, this is the only hard point that we want the enemies to spawn here. So right now, with 10 seconds left, I'm just trying to get kills. Every kill I get, the red team are spawning all the way back here. So that's my job. For the next 10 seconds while the hill's activated, I need to get a kill. If I get a kill, it'll be massive. We go across, we go through. There's one underneath us. We can see from the map that's that tunnel. So I'm like, right, let me go across there. Now, that kill is obviously valuable, but I'd rather play my life a little bit. I don't know where they are, but I've got a feeling they're overextending. We take out 1. There's a 3rd right there. We're going to mark him for my teammate. He ends up killing him. We're just going to chase this kill. We don't want to lose spawns to this player. You see he's playing his life pretty well at the back there. So right now I'm trying to go through. They're still spawning out though. They're still spawning out. So we go across. We get this player weak. And this is such a important kill for me. I can't afford to mess it up. So I'm going to actually take my time. I'm going to hold the pre-aim. I'm going to jump and shoot. I have to get this kill here. So we go through. We take him out. Okay. This is what I said though. Right now we're on the back foot. You see how we're holding the back foot here? This is what I was speaking about. We want map control so that we don't stand on the back foot. This should be our 2nd layer of defense, not our 1st layer. We go across. I'm just trying to get kills here. We have 12 bullets. And in this angle, it was a pretty weird one, to be honest. I actually remember this. I'm like, there's 2 people in front of me. Again, if I can just distract this player and hope my teammates get the kill, that's okay. And I think I'm doing a pretty good job right now. I'm distracting him. I'm trying to buy time. He doesn't end up kind of overcommitting. He ends up getting the kill. 10 seconds left. We don't really want to be here. We want to start rotating here. Go across. That was a bit of a mixy hill. Really mixy hill. But somehow, some way, we look back at the score and we're like, oh my god, how are we even in the lead right now? I think there's definitely a lot of variables. One thing I have to say is they definitely choked a few setups, but this is kind of what happens in solo queue. It's a little bit all over the place and you just have to make the best out of a bad situation. My teammates definitely weren't slaying either, so it's kind of one of those where I was just trying my best to win the game. Going across right now, what's the play? Well, P4, P5, where do we want to spawn? You guys know the drill. We want to spawn on the left, so let's go for those spawns. It may take 10 more seconds to line up, but we already have the lead. At this point, it's all about closing the game out. My teammate takes out 1. My teammate takes out 2. The last player now is at the back. Let's push through, see if we can find an angle. I'm just waiting now. My teammate's spawning here, so this one's a bit weird. This is where it gets a bit mixy because we're spawning here, so are they. It's kind of a strange situation. Never go towards the opponent like this. This was a bad play. Let me explain. I didn't think about it in the game, but now thinking about it, I wanted to wrap round, right? I wanted to go through the right so I can pinch him. The problem I have is if I go through the right now, every single person on their team can see me if they're on that alleyway. If they're on that long alleyway, like if they're right here, which they're spawned there, they can see me. because I'm pushing through. So I should have went through the left and just committed to the gunfight. It would have been easier to take a one-on-one with my teammates' help, actually. So it's basically a 2v1, then going through the right and getting caught out by another team, by another opponent. So right there, I should have went to the left and just went with my teammate, because we would have had that kill a lot quicker and would have been a lot easier. A lot easier. But we go through, let's see what happens now. There's another 2 at the front. This is where I think I started to clutch up a bit, because I really like what I did here. Although I'm getting aggressive on the hill, there's 2 of them. Again, it's back to the same concept. If I can play my life and just make them really work for it, I'd rather go for the reinforcements, because I've made them weak, right? I've trapped them in the hill. My teammates can now go for them. I know the 2 people spawning up are pushing through. There's one, and there's a second. So my teammates end up clearing the hill, and I got the reinforcements. And this is what you can do as a sub. We go through again. We know where they're spawning. They should be spawning around here, so let's try to sneak through. Okay, there's one there. We're behind 2 of them. There's a kill. Let's back away. That's 3 down. Where's the 4th? He's right there. We're going to sit in a corner. We watch him go through. We're going to track him. There you go. There's a 4th. Just like that, we've absolutely fried them. They now should be spawning where? On the bad side as well. So we're going across. I'm going to hold my angle. We spot another one. Another one comes through. So not only are they trying to get the hill because the game's almost over, they're also looking for me. I'm just behind them. And this hill right now, I think I was in final form. I wasn't even playing around the hill, but just me going middle map, just being so annoying for them to play against. We're holding this off angle, we're now going top middle. It's just doing all the little things while my teammates, to be fair to them, are doing a really good job. Even that kill with a rival, like I'm on a bloodthirsty, my teammates get 3, they must be so annoyed to play against me. Because now I've got a cruise, I've not even been near the hill, but I'm doing so much damage around middle map that they have to look for me. They can't just go towards the hill. And we end the game with a really, really good score. We get a 2 KD. And I don't want people to just look at stats so blindly, okay? Because, like, for example, hill time. I clearly wasn't playing the objective. I was playing a different role there of kind of the cutting lanes, being aggressive in different areas, trying to actually go for the spawns, and just really try to play smart there. And I actually think, looking back at this, there was definitely a few times where I went a bit rogue, but overall, I think I did a really good job of setting the tempo, controlling spawns, breaking hills, and I'm really happy with the way I played in this lobby solo queue. I think we were losing for a lot of it. Dropping a 2 KD as well isn't the easiest thing. I know the lobby doesn't look insane, but you have to remember it's a new season, right? So although I'm Diamond 2, a lot of these players are also Crimson like I was last season. But YouTube, if you guys enjoy this kind of breakdown, let me know in the comments. Let me know, drop a like on the video. If we can get 100 likes, I know you guys enjoy this breakdown more. Takes a lot of time. Obviously the live comms, to be honest, are just easier because they're on stream. I could just rip them out of stream, put them straight on YouTube, but I wanted to give you guys a bit more detail instead of what's going on inside my mind in the moment, because I know sometimes that can be a bit cluttered, where this way at least I can give you guys clear comms of what I'm thinking, what needs to go well, stuff like that. So if you guys like this, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I'm going to stick to the live comms, but I want you guys to let me know what you like so I can provide value for you. But YouTube, thank you guys for watching the video. Join my Discord if you haven't already. Subscribe to me on Twitch. Sorry, follow me on Twitch. If you want to subscribe, you can. And yeah, man, I'll be live probably every single day for most of the week. A few days here and there I'm not. But YouTube, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys for another video later on today. Peace.